The Chinese media have reported and acknowledged that human trafficking in China has become increasingly alarming in the last 2 to 3 decades. How severe is it? No official figures are available. However, the US's 2019 Trafficking in Persons report ranks China as the third least effective in combating human trafficking, just above Libya, Somalia, and Yemen, where human trafficking is most rampant. According to the Voice of China's CCTV Nightly News, based on various statistics, there are about 200,000 missing children in China every year. An average of about 550 children are missing every day, and the recovered ones only account for about 0.1%, which means only about 200 children can survive after being abducted and sold, while the remaining 99.9% are lost forever to their biological parents. But the Chinese Ministry of Public Security quickly denied the figures in the report. In China, private citizens have a website called Baby Go Home that aims to find missing children. As of July 26, 2021, a total of 120,000 children listed on the site remain missing, and 5,685 have been found. The website says more than 370,000 people contribute through this website. In 2018, Chinese media reported the arrest of a trafficker named Chen Liangsheng. She abducted about 17 children a year. The following is an excerpt from her interview. Why do you want to sell children?
It's quick and easy money.
Don't you know it's a crime?
It's just a child, isn't it? They can have another one.
How many times have you been involved in the crime of child trafficking? What's the most number of children you've abducted at one time?
I can't remember. I sell several every month. The maximum number of children abducted at one time seems to be 3 or 4. I can't remember exactly.
Since the 1980s, China's child trafficking industry has grown exponentially. Caixin.com reported in 2015 that the Ministry of Civil Affairs estimated the number of street-begging children to be around 1 million to 1.5 million. The sale of children has formed a complete underground network of unscrupulous interests in rural areas of China, including the central provinces and southern coastal provinces. Why is child trafficking such a severe problem in China? These are a few of the main reasons. First, there is a market for children. Many Chinese families want boys. For various reasons, the female head of the family can no longer have children, and the family has no other way but to buy boys from traffickers. Secondly, there is a market for human organs in China. According to numerous reports from Chinese media and social networks, some children were abandoned after being abducted by traffickers. When they were found, their organs have been removed. Thirdly, there lies a massive market for child beggars. In mainland China, especially in big cities like Beijing, one can see many small children with broken arms or legs begging in the streets. These children are usually trafficked, then physically disabled before placing them on the streets in exchange for the sympathy of a passerby. They become money-making tools for the human traffickers. In addition, some older children may be sold to illegal brick mills as laborers, working nearly 20 hours a day with their life in imminent danger. In 2007, the Chinese media exposed a dark case of illegal brick mills in Shanxi province. The mill owners would buy smuggled workers, including children, from human traffickers and hold them in various facilities, forcing them to perform highly strenuous physical labor. The brick mills have hired thugs and kept wolf dogs to supervise the workers. Many children and adult workers have been maimed and killed due to violent beatings at every turn. When the incident came to light, it even shocked China's top leaders. Then President Hu Jintao and Premier Wen Jiabao gave direct instructions for the local government to take measures such as conducting investigations and rescues. It was reported that the traffickers abducted children by stopping a van at a roadside, then asking passing boys to help carry things and then pushing them into the van, or adding ecstasy to their drinks and drugging the children. The traffickers would take the children to a small dark house near the train station. Upon filling a whole carriage, they then haul them at night to the illegal mills in Shanxi. In China, there exists a unique phenomenon that is, the left-behind children. Many of the families who have missing children belong to this type. Once missing, the majority of them cannot be found because the search is not timely. Left-behind children belong to rural families where the parents, one or both, go out to work in cities and towns but cannot afford the high cost of urban living, thus unable to keep the children by their side. As a result, children are left behind in their hometowns with relatives such as grandparents in rural areas, living apart from their parents for long periods. The phenomenon of left-behind children is generally mentioned only in China, and it is a severe social phenomenon that has emerged in China in recent years. According to the Ministry of Civil Affairs statistics, at the end of August 2018, there are 6.97 million left-behind children in rural areas in China. This demographic has become the target of child traffickers. So, how does China handle human traffickers once they are caught? Regarding child abduction and trafficking, the criminal law in China provides this. Article 240 of the criminal law provides that a person who abducts and sells a child shall be sentenced to imprisonment for a fixed term of no less than 5 years and not more than 10 years, and shall be fined. If the situation is particularly grave, the person shall be sentenced to death and shall have the property confiscated. About the buyer, Article 241 of the criminal law states that those who buy abducted and sold women and children shall be sentenced to a fixed term imprisonment of not more than 3 years, detention, or probation. Compared to the enormous profits traffickers can make, their punishment after being caught is not proportional. Human traffickers continue to commit crimes for profit. According to data from the Chinese Ministry of Public Security, from 2009 to 2013, the public security authorities destroyed more than 11,000 child trafficking criminal gangs and rescued more than 54,000 trafficked children, equivalent to an average of 14,000 a year. If it's true that 200,000 children are trafficked in China every year, the percentage of rescues by the Chinese Ministry of Public Security is not high in comparison. Perhaps for the Chinese police, rescuing abducted children is time-consuming and physically demanding, but not financially rewarding. In China, it is no secret that when investigating gambling and prostitution cases, those arrested are usually released after paying a fine, and then the police officers can reap the benefits. Behind gambling and prostitution establishments, there are usually triads involved. In 2009, the Political and Legal Committee of the Central Committee of the Chinese Communist Party, CCP, issued a policy, Suggestions for Deepening the Special Battle Against Gangsters and Criminals, which focuses on preventing gangsters and criminals from infiltrating the party and political sphere and shaking the ruling position of the CCP. Parents of missing children generally believe that they must help themselves on social media because the police are not doing much to help. Some parents have joined together as volunteers and form organizations such as Child Finders. The organization claims to have 700 parents as members, most of whom are low-income migrant workers from Henan and Guangdong. Many parents have exhausted all their energy and financial resources to search for their children. Some have devoted their entire life to searching for their child. Some have suffered mental breakdowns due to the stress and sorrow of losing their children. Some have passed away before finding their children, leaving behind a lifetime of regret. Some parents commented online, "Each child is the heart of the parents." When human traffickers abduct their children, it is like they pluck the parent's heart out with a knife. Along with child trafficking is the trafficking of women. Supreme Court data shows that more women are abducted each year than children. A woman can have many children, and most of these children would be sold off in trafficking. Thus, it appears that trafficked women have in reality become a resource for child traffickers. Plus, children born and sold in such a way hardly enter the public eye. Child trafficking touches tens of thousands of families, and public opinion in China is very angry about such crimes. However, the lack of systematic support from the relevant government agencies means that countless parents who have lost their children have to bear all the misfortunes helplessly. Many passers-by can do nothing more than sympathize in the face of the disabled children begging on the streets every day as a profession. A Chinese internet vlogger commented, If the whole society cannot provide safety for children, then we can hardly provide any real safety for anyone, and we will never feel safe till we die. To be irresponsible to children is to be irresponsible to the future of the nation and the future of the country.